Hello, Detective John Woodbray. Do you have time to answer a couple of questions?
Lord Brian Shaw, you have my attention. What questions do you have for me? About what?
This is about your daughter. Did she have a suitor?
I don't think so. I don't know anything about it. But most likely, I would have noticed.
Are you sure? Because I have love letters from your daughter where she writes that she told you about her affair.
Ah, I remember such a conversation, but I thought she wasn't serious.
May I speak with her?
I'm afraid not. She is very sick and hardly gets out of bed. Doctors can't do anything.
Do you know where she was on the 80th Fracture 4 day?
She was at home. Now, she is always at home. I'm telling you, she's very sick. It's been a few weeks now.
But I saw her in a photo from the premiere on that day.
This can't be true. How do you know it's really her? Maybe it's just a similar girl.
Maybe. That's why I really need to talk to your daughter to sort this out.
This is out of the question. Excessive worry will only harm her. I can't let this happen. Sorry.
I couldn't get through the front door. I need to find another way to talk to the girl. This is the only place in the house where the light is on. I think it's Vivian's room. I need to find a way to get in. After fixing this ladder, I can climb into the estate through the window.
I see that if you need anything, you will get it by any means possible. Are you satisfied now?
I wouldn't say so, but I have now seen with my own eyes that the girl is very ill.
She can't even talk properly. Do you think I would lock her here if there were no objective reasons for this? I'm not a monster.
How long has this illness persisted?
At least a few weeks. We went to the family crypt to clean it up, And she was unwell after that day. The weather was chilly, and the air in the crypt was stale, so it's no surprise.
Did you immediately lock her in?
No, I didn't see the need for it at first, but then her condition began to frighten even the servants. I let them go. Now it's just the two of us here. It is difficult to do business and run a household, but it will be better for everyone.
Would you mind if I look around here?
Be my guest. I just ask you not to disturb my daughter further.
I have the same photo, but in this one the eyes are carefully scratched out. This brooch gives me a feeling of indescribable horror. It looks alive. I found a button from this cape at the place of death.
This is our family tree, which was compiled by my mother. Genealogy was her passion.
So many books, and not a soul around. Idyllic. This is the same brooch I saw on the girl. Apparently it's a family heirloom. These boots have the same strange soil on them that I saw at the site of Sam's death. There's a whole secret room here. I think it belonged to one of the long-deceased family members, but there are also fresh traces here. According to the records, this is the room of Vivian's grandmother. The old woman had a serious interest in poisons. She even created some recipes. One bottle is missing from the counter, exactly like the bottle I found at the crime scene. So far, all the evidence points towards Vivian being a killer, but I find that hard to believe. How could she know about the room? I need to talk to the Lord. Did you know that you have a secret room in your estate?
Yes, I know about it, but I lived my whole life in this house, and I didn't find one. My parents took their secrets to the grave.
Well, I found one of those secrets. A room with a portrait of a woman. Books, poisons, notes. Do you have any idea who might have worked there?
My mother, I guess. She had many hobbies that were considered, for people of our position, questionable.
For example?
Alchemy, occultism, astrology, and eugenics. She was very focused on the purity of our family tree.
Can you tell me about the brooch the girl is wearing?
She didn't remove it since we went to the cemetery. This is her grandmother's brooch.
Did she find it in the cemetery?
Yes, it was in the crypt. I allowed her to take it. The dead have no use for jewelry.
May I visit this crypt?
I would guide you there, but I dismissed the servants, and the whole house is on me. I don't think I can find time. And leaving my daughter alone in this state seems a bad idea to me.
If you could explain to me how to find it, I can handle it myself.
Go to the cemetery and go forward until you hit the lake. The first crypt on the other side is ours. You will recognize it by the family coat of arms on the gate. There is the same one hanging in the hall.
The cemetery is already closed at this late hour. How many metal roses do you have? What price will you sell them for?
I have a lot of them around the store, about 15. You can take everything you find for 7 coins.
From what I recall of the directions, I need to continue along the road.